get ready with me while I talk about my first CCR, which is about conventions and representation. Okay, so the first step is moisturizer. And anyways, so my product is actually like a team-based film, and it follows the conventions of like the genre of comedy. And we use like natural lighting, low-key lighting, you know, like all the like the generic stuff that you see in like films that have to do with teenagers and stuff. We mainly shot at home though, and you know, because that's common in teen films. And we also use like really realistic dialogue. So it was like just us talking, fighting, you know, like the common stuff that teenagers do. And, you know, it helps the audience like really relate to the characters and understand the tone. Okay, so low-key off camera, I was able to do some mascara, but like, because I'm really bad at doing my mascara on camera, but I haven't finished. Anyway, so now I'm going to be talking about the camera and the style. So, camera-wise, I mostly use like, we used wide shots and medium shots, close-up shots sometimes to really get the emotions of the characters. Almost forgot this was a get ready with me. Hold up. So I'm going to be using this Dior concealer. It's looking a little white for me, but it's fine. And what else? Okay. Well, anyways, the different angles and things that we did for the camera were really important because they allowed, like, for example, the close-ups was like, you know, like you can see the emotions of the characters, and like the wide shots really showed like two characters side by side, and it was just really important like in general for the production of the film. And yeah, these choices are typical conventions that help the audience, you know, understand what's happening without being confused and stuff. Oh yeah, this is like a random brush I'm using that my friend got me because I need to blend my concealer. But yeah, so on the low, like this concealer is like actually not my shade whatsoever, and I'm actually really peeved about that, but you know, what is there to do about it? Anyways, so now we're gonna talk about the challenging conventions, you know. In my production, but you know, my friend helped me film, whatever. We challenge conventions by not using exaggerated comedy. Sorry about the background noise. Anyways, also I'm gonna use the Rhode blush. Actually, I'm gonna finish blending my concealer, but anyways, and like, you know, we didn't use like unrealistic, like, you know, stereotypes. Like, we didn't make the characters too over the top as opposed to like, you know, in different films. And you know, we kept the behavior pretty realistic, I would say. It just feels more natural, more modern, like this makeup look. Anyways, I'm gonna just put that much blush. But yeah, so we we did that so that, you know, the audience can take the characters more seriously, because like, you know, like if it's too over the top, too dramatic, people might not relate to it, and you know, that's not the vibe we want to give off. So okay, so low-key, damn, I have said low-key every second, but anyways, if I had to count the amount of times I said low-key, I would actually, whatever. Anyways, I did my freaking blush or whatever. It's been better. I've had better days. But we're going to bronze a little bit because I'm also really pale. It's winter here. Well, winter here. So I have to, you know, look somewhat like I have color. Anyway, so in terms of representation, you know, the teenagers that we showed in like the film, obviously were really realistic, as we said before. Well, as I've said before. But you know, teenagers are often stereotyped in the media as irresponsible or mature. And you know, in my movie we showed like both extremities, you know. Like one that's obviously more, one of us, it was more intelligent in the sense, you know, like smarter, book smart, and the other one had a better social life. But anyways, instead of the characters being shown, you know, with everyday situations, we just kind of showed like one situation and we ran with it. Okay, so I finished my makeup. I just have to do my lips, but I'm gonna touch that up off camera. The representation in general though works because the target audience can see themselves, you know, in the characters' positions, in the character's shoes, whatever you want to say. And, you know, it just makes our product more engaging and reliable. And yeah, this was my get ready with me, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and like, you know, let me know if y'all want another one. Sayonara.